You know that feeling, right? The blinking cursor on a blank page. That dreaded 650-word limit. The insane pressure to somehow distill your entire existence into a single page. Yeah, writing the college essay can feel completely and totally overwhelming. But what if I told you it didn't have to? What if it could actually be a powerful, maybe even rewarding experience?
And look, it's not just me saying this. That feeling of being overwhelmed, it doesn't have to be the whole story, not by a long shot. Students just like Adriana here have found that when you have the right approach, this whole task can turn into a genuine journey of self-discovery. Really, the key is just knowing where to even begin.
Okay, let's be real for a second. For most of us, this is the feeling. 650 words, one single page, to somehow capture the essence of you. The anxiety is so real it's almost a physical feeling. It's absolutely paralyzing.
This feeling is so universal, we're actually giving it a name, the 650-word panic. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that moment you're staring at the screen and your brain is just screaming one thing over and over. What do they even want me to say? And all that panic, it really just boils down to this one huge question. Are you supposed to tell the story of your entire life or just one little story from your life? The options feel absolutely endless, and that fear of picking the wrong one can stop you dead in your tracks before you've even typed a single word.
But here's where things start to get better. Here's the good news. The big secret, according to essay expert Ethan Sawyer, is that your options are not endless, not at all. In fact, there are clear, proven paths you can follow that will lead you to a really powerful essay. So where do we start? Well, before we can even think about building the house, we gotta find the bricks, right? We need the raw material. So let's look at a fantastic tool designed to help you pull out the stories that truly define you, and it does it without all that pressure of having to pick a topic right away.
It's called the Essence Objects exercise, and it's one of those ideas that is so simple, it's actually kind of brilliant. It's a way to get to your deepest stories by focusing on tangible, physical things. So you stop asking that impossible question, what's my topic, and you start asking a much more interesting one, what objects define me?
The process couldn't be simpler. First, you just imagine a box. Then, you mentally fill it with about 10 to 15 objects that represent your essence. And here's the magic trick. Think of each of those objects as a hyperlink to your soul. You click on one in your mind, and boom, a whole world of memories, feelings, and stories just opens right up.
And just look at how simple and specific these real examples are. A worn-down basketball isn't just about sports. It's about late nights shooting hoops with a parent. BBQ sauce isn't just food. It's the taste of a family recipe. It's a memory of home. Each and every object is a gateway to a deeper story. Okay, so now you've done the Essence Objects exercise. You have your raw material, your stories. So, now what? How do you shape them into an essay? Well, the next step is structure. And again, instead of a million different options, you really only have two main paths to choose from.
Those two paths are the narrative structure and the montage structure. Think of it like this. A narrative is like a line of dominoes. One event directly causes the next one to fall. A montage is more like a photo album. All the pictures are different, but they're all held together by a single theme, like family or adventure.
The narrative path is definitely the more straightforward of the two. It's a classic story of cause and effect, and it's perfect for showing how you've changed and grown over a period of time.
For instance, a perfect example. The problem was, I was shy. So, I took an action. I joined the debate club. And the result? I found my voice. You see that? Challenge, action, growth. It's a simple, super powerful arc that clearly shows your transformation.
But hey, what if your story isn't such a straight line? What if your growth has been a little messier? Well, that is where the montage comes in. Instead of a timeline, think of it more like you're creating a collage, connecting different, separate moments of your life to one single, powerful idea. Let's say, for example, your central idea is your fascination with behavioral economics. Instead of telling one long story, you could bring together 3 different moments. One little story about a lesson on saving money from your grandpa, another about an observation you made about your dad's shopping habits, and a third about a key insight you got from a mentor. 3 different stories, one central theme. So, we've got these tools: essence objects, narrative, montage. But you have to understand they aren't just for writing an essay. They're for uncovering something much, much more important. They're for discovering the story of your own journey. As the author Ethan Sawyer puts it, your personal statement isn't just a summary of who you've been, it's a living, breathing record of your growth.
a record of the person you are in the process of becoming.
And that, right there, is the real secret. The ultimate prize here isn't the acceptance letter, as great as that is. It's the self-knowledge you gain along the way. This whole process is this rare, incredible chance to stop and actually figure out what you truly value, what has shaped you, and where you really want to go next.
So in the end, this 650-word challenge isn't just some boring assignment. It's an adventure. It's a classic hero's journey, packed into a single page. And yes, it can be scary, but there's also the chance for real, meaningful discovery. So the only question left is, do you dare?